Hello guys, welcome to the hauling tips video series. This is an Uber friendly video that's gonna explain to the newer players, and maybe if you don't really use this, get an idea why you should use this as an older veteran player too. So what we're gonna be talking about is how to create an InstaDoc position and why would you want to use it. So here we can see there's all kinds of criminal activities going on in front of Jita, but even with that evilness, we are just gonna hop in and dock there. And by docking I mean using the dock command here or dock command here, and you guys are gonna see what's gonna happen. Let's turn on the hardeners and get docking. I'll turn this on. So you can see we're flying the Jita. And when we land at the edge of the docking perimeter, and that's gonna make our docking slower because we need to approach that point in space that we are going to be within 10-kilometer range of the docking, and it took that long, like what was it, 5 or 7 seconds, and the bigger and slower your ship is, the longer that's gonna take. And you can be bumped and you can be killed because of that, especially if you're using autopilot. You're gonna land 10 kilometers out of that position. So that's why we create InstaDoc. And look at this. This is the new Jita 4.4. Holy crap. You can like spend hours to just look at this thing. But yeah, anyways, let's hop into creating an InstaDoc, and I'm gonna use a shuttle for that because it's faster. And what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be making an InstaDoc position in space by doing manual piloting, and I want to put it somewhere in there. So I'm gonna turn my ship there, and I'm just gonna fly inside this docking perimeter so that when you land your cargo ship, your hauler or your freighter into the InstaDoc position, you're gonna be inside this inside the docking perimeter, and you're not going to be too close to the station, so you don't bounce off because of that. So we don't want to be too close to the walls. Like you can see, some weird stuff is now happening because we're so close to the walls of the structure. So we want to be flying away from it and just double clicking in space, like you probably learned on the tutorial. Just double clicking on the space and you will find a good location. So okay, this looks like a pretty decent place. Maybe a little bit dive down into there so we're not close to the ceiling. We are nicely now below the humongous station of Jita. So Ctrl B, and we want to choose the trade hubs, and we do Jita InstaDoc 2. Okay, here and never, and correct place. So now we have it here. All right, now we can dock into the station. And then we're gonna fly off with a bigger ship so you can see how this works. And we are back in perimeter, and we're gonna be jumping through Jita. And we're gonna use the InstaDoc that we just created. So if you do it manually, you'll just when you land on the system that the saved spot is on, it's gonna turn into green, and then you can just choose stuff from here, and you can dock, or you can warp to location. If it's a station, then you can dock, but if it's just a spot in space, you obviously can't dock. But so instead of now doing it manually, because when you land, you're gonna have to wait, and you're gonna have to click on the station on Rampage and try to click the dock button. But what we do, the quickest way to get the ship to dock when it stops the warp is to actually warp the location, and we have this as a destination. We have to have this as a destination because it doesn't know what to do. So we have the base as a destination, and then we warp to the location of the Jita InstaDoc here. And when we are in space, instead of then landing there and clicking the spot like crazy, what we're gonna do is right now when we're in warp, we'll activate the autopilot. So when it lands, the computer or the server itself will immediately give the docking order when the warp phase ends, instead of you wasting seconds to get the docking command to happen. So clicking on the station. Now let's watch this.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached.
Like that. So it's automatically clicking the dock when the ship ends, when the server knows that the ship has ended the warp, instead of you clicking and waiting for that button to get activated that you can dock. So that's the quickest and the safest way to use the InstaDoc. And the autopilot turns off so you don't accidentally use it on your next trip. So with this, I hope safe landings to your locations. Build a set of InstaDocs and InstaUndocs to all of the biggest trade hubs you use and all the biggest stations you use, just so that you don't ever get ganked or bumped when trying to approach the station for like 10 seconds. If they scan you at the gate, they know you have like 3 billion in cargo, they're gonna message the guys that are sitting in front of Jita to just start their engines and start crushing towards the get speed towards the edge of the docking perimeter, and then once you land there, you are going to be approached and bumped and then killed. You're never gonna dock if you are carrying too much cargo, and that's why you see all those guys sitting there. They're scanning or they are waiting to bump and kill and murder and steal your stuff right at the edge when you think you're safe. The place where you think you're safest is not. That's why you create InstaDocs and InstaUndocs. But for InstaUndoc, I'm gonna do another video. This is just for safe landings. Hope you like this tip. Let me know in the comment section. And please leave a like. And if you like this content, consider subscribing. We are building up this community very nicely. Thank you all for joining, and fly safe.